So, hey everyone. I know Halloween was like a few days ago and whatnot, and this video was originally supposed to be uploaded on like Halloween, but some technical difficulties happened with the video, and half of the progress that me and the editors went to for this video ended up like not working. So we kind of had to redo the video. And I'm really sorry for that because I know a lot of people were hyped for it. So get hyped right now because it's out. It's here. And yeah, enjoy the video. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out the most terrifying Halloween story that happened to yours truly. Watch this video if you dare. Oh yeah, boy, it's spooky time. Halloween, baby. Halloween is probably one of my favorite holidays. So what's a better way to celebrate than telling some spooky stories? I asked you guys on YouTube and on my Discord server, link will be in the description below, to tell us your scariest stories. So, let's read some of your spookiest stories, and mine as well. I'll start off with me. One time, me and my friend Vika decided to go trick-or-treating, and we went to this one house. It had a broken step with a bunch of caution tape wrapped around it, so our dumb minds decided to step over the tape to get that sweet candy. What we didn't know was that there was this huge dog standing near the door and started barking like crazy. Don't worry, the door was locked. It was like those screen kind of doors, so it didn't physically attack us. We got so scared and ran as fast as we could to get out of the tape, and I almost tripped. So yeah. Now on to our fans' scariest stories. This story was submitted by Undesirable Animations. A couple years ago, when we went trick-or-treating, there was this old woman who just stood there staring at kids for an hour. She was kind of weird, so we stayed away from her. And there were other people that were trying to stay away because she just gave off this really creepy vibe. Nothing really spoopy ever happened to me, though, but this, like the one time, something weird actually happened. Well, geez. It is pretty creepy when, people just stare at little kids. It's very weird. Thank you for the story. This story was submitted by Blue Hoodie. One day, something terrible happened. ItsMimiG got choked by Blue Hoodie. Then she took her mac and cheese and ate it. Dun dun dun. No, not my mac and cheese. Anything but my mac and cheese. And hold up, you choked me? Eyo. Next story is submitted by Gomez. Back in 2009, I was shopping with my mother on Black Friday, and I got separated from her. I tried to find her, but like the 5-year-old idiot I was, I went to the wrong place at the wrong time. I went on an elevator thinking I could find her on other floors at the mall. I pressed the button, everything was smooth and nice, until a couple seconds later, boom, the elevator stopped moving. Keep in mind, I was only 5 and scared of tight or small spaces. I thought it couldn't get any worse when my claustrophobia and anxiety attack kicked in. But instead, I had an asthma attack, nearly ending my life. If it wasn't for the operator who opened the elevator door that night, I wouldn't be alive to tell the story. Oh my god. I would definitely be afraid of tight spaces and a freaking elevator, that wouldn't work anymore. Oh my god. That's horrifying. I can't believe that happened to you, dude. Glad you're okay, though. Next story is submitted by Ruru2112. One night, when I was around 7 or 8 years old, my cousins came over to my house for a sleepover. So while we were watching a movie downstairs, my parents were upstairs. Then we heard a banging noise and my cousin went up. But as we followed him, we saw him hit something, but we didn't know what. So I knocked on my parents' room, and my father said something like, "Oh, it's fine, he's just playing around." As we went back down to continue the movie, my cousin and I went to the guest room because we heard noises from it. But when we opened the door, we saw a long figure of a man with a childlike figure with him, and the man was very tall. He almost looked at us, and so we ran to my room as fast as we could and slammed the door without telling my parents. Oh my god. Holy, I would be terrified if I saw a ghost in any room. Oh my god, that's so scary. This story was submitted by Haku. One weekend, my cousins came over to my house to hang out. It was around nighttime, maybe 8 p.m.-ish. We were in the basement and my older cousin goes, "Let's watch a scary video." So, I put on a scary video I found on YouTube, and since we were wimps, we were all screaming and freaking out, even though the video was obviously fake. After we watched it, we were all scared and hiding in the blankets. Then, my grandfather came down to the basement. Since the lights were off, we couldn't see anything, so we all got really scared and we didn't know that was my grandfather. We thought that was just some random ass stranger. My cousins and I started screeching like dying cats. Oh, damn, I can't believe that. That would be pretty scary if you're just watching a horror movie and then all of a sudden you just hear like footsteps and you're like, oh man, oh god, someone's gonna kill me. But damn, that do be pretty spooky. This story was submitted by Ryman. Here's a super scary, messed up, horrifying story that happened a few years ago. I was born. It was horrible. The end. Oh my god, that's so spooky. I'm just shaking in fear. Oh my god. Next story is submitted by Reese Animation. Once upon a spooky month, I was out trick-or-treating and then realized my candy got stolen. Then I was forced to bring out an AK and shot the 9-year-old who stole my candy. I told his mom that he took my candy. She realized that her son is dead, so I went to prison for 12 years for smuggling drugs to a kindergarten. The end. I don't think that's I'm lost for words. How did it go from shooting a kid to smuggling drugs? That's quite an interesting story, my friend. Thank you for sharing it with us. Our next story is from Ennard. It was the night of 2065, and it's Friday the 13th. You go into a graveyard and spot an open catacomb. You go inside to see a moving man down the tunnel as you approach. It seems familiar. Then you hear music playing, and the song is very familiar. Suddenly, you can hear the music and see the man, none other than Rick Astley, back from the dead. Damn, that's a very spooky story. Very spooky. This story was sent by iRaf Animates. It was the year 2004, and at 10:50 p.m., it was really dark. At that time, my granduncle ordered a repairman to fix the bathroom. After, he felt goosebumps on his back and suddenly looked back. He saw the ghost of a giant man. The ghost was no taller than 5 feet tall, as he recalled, but he was shocked and ran away, never returning there again. As of this day, my ancestral home became a business center, but I am now aware that my old home is haunted. Ooh, spooky haunted house. And damn, a 7-foot tall ghost. Pretty spooky. This one was submitted by Spazzy. I'm very sorry that I said your name wrong. It was 12 a.m. and I was sitting on my couch with my cousin. We were watching a Halloween movie, and then we heard a loud crash upstairs. So we went to check it out, and when we were about to open the door, it closed. We proceeded to avoid it because we didn't know what it was. Eventually, we got over it and we went to open the door. When we walked in, my dog ran into me and tackled me to the ground, scaring my cousin and I. Of course, it scared me more because I was the one being shoved. My dog kept licking me. I eventually got up and we went back to our movie. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Just like sitting down, then all of a sudden, boom, the dog opens, ready to tackle you. And our final story is from Physique.
Psyche.
We have an abandoned factory near where I live. One summer night, I went there to explore the place to find graffiti. I looked around and then I heard something hit the floor. I just thought it was rubbish or debris and moved on. Nothing else happened that night. The next day, when I went there again, police and firemen were in the front of the building. I went to spoke to a policeman who was doing a report. He said that there had been a stabbing inside the factory last night. The victim died inside the factory and was found dead in the morning by a group of teens who went there to hang out. I just sat down speechless and stared, shaking. The policeman looked at me and figured out what had happened. I was taken into questioning about the situation. The factory doors were bolted shut with 1 meter thick metal plates, and the place was closed for good. I haven't had the nerves or the strength to go back there till this day, not after what I heard there that night. Whoa. Oh, damn. I think out of all of the horror stories or the spooky stories that we've heard of, I think this one is, the most scariest one. Oh my god. And the fact that it, happened real life, oh my goodness. Damn. I'm pretty shocked. I'm definitely gonna remember that story for sure. If you've made it to the end of this video, I guess you ain't so scared. But I have one more story up my sleeve that will leave you shaking in fear. I was trick-or-treating with Vika, and we were walking to our 5th house. We noticed that there was a candy bowl inside the house, but the lights were off. We didn't want to miss the chance to get some sweet, yummy, delicious candy. So, we decided to knock on the door. When we looked through the window, no one was there. We knocked again. This time, there was a shadow of what looked like a woman. 3rd time's the charm, and she comes here. I guess she decided to open the door, and Vika's face and I were frozen in shock. This old woman was in her underwear, and she saw us. She got really mad, and we flipping left that house. It was still a pretty hilarious Halloween night. I swear, there are some things that you just can't unsee. Thank you guys for watching my video, and to all of my fans for sending me your spooky stories for me to share. I also want to thank all of the wonderful fan art I've received. Remember to use hashtag ItsMimiG for me to find your fan art. I want to thank my video editor, haku.png, script editor, North Direction, and ABC Tamanaki ABC for the music. Speaking of my wonderful team, it's their birthdays, especially Haku's birthday, which is today. So yeah, go wish them in the comments a very happy birthday. See y'all in the next video, and happy Halloween!